Hey, Sean Devlin, the mortgage shoes man, 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 shoes man. Hey, Sean Devlin, the mortgage shoes man. Hey, Sean Devlin, the mortgage shoot man, coming at you with Thursday's thoughts. Thursday's thoughts coming at you. Hey, hopefully everybody's having a great week, getting them done. Today, I'm going to talk about something that in the mortgage industry you have to have, because once you understand what you're doing every day, and a lot of jobs are like this, or careers, you have to have what I call grit. Grit is something that's internal. Some people are just born with this and they just rock it out. Where other people, they might have to develop a little bit more grit. I think grit is taught at a young age to children, and it's about not quitting. It's about pushing. It's about perseverance. I'm going to go over a couple of things that kind of make up grit, personality traits of grit. Ultimately, one of the things that makes up grit, there's three main things that make up grit, okay? The first one is a need for achievement. You have to be that top guy. You have to, you feel the need internally to want to get a degree or, any type of award, something that you, have in your mind. Could be a need for achievement for writing your own book. Could be a need for achievement in some way, shape, or form. Internally, it's what drives you. It's what gets you up in the morning and makes the big fat tight knot on your tie. So, need for achievements. Number one thing that drives internal grit in somebody. Number two, competitiveness. Competitiveness, it's good to have some competitiveness. Some healthy competitiveness in an office, having sales contests. Do you often, and this is a great question for you salespeople out there, do you, when like the top guy talks or you're not the person that's at the top, and you're listening to what they're doing, are you taking notes in your head and really trying to go, okay, I'm going to try that, or I'm going to make that my own? Well, that is part of grit. Having a good, healthy competitiveness inside of you. Now, I'm one, and I'll tell you this as a general business rule, that you should never talk bad about any competition, no matter what. You should always just have a healthy competitiveness about you that goes with the internal grit that's inside of you. And, last, but I think one of the more important ones is an optimism inside of you. This is the third thing that makes up grit. And grit has somebody who has grit has optimism. They're overly optimistic sometimes. And in sales, you kind of have to be overly optimistic. But that's the idea in your head. You should be doing these things, to be optimistic about the outcome. You see it before it happens. You almost manifest the yes on the phone. That is grit. Now, over time, there's been lots of studies of grit. And I've had the pleasure of putting together lots of things, from new hire welcome packages to employee pre-screenings, questions and things like that. I've done a lot of team building in my day, and I'll tell you, there's some personality traits of grit. And this is really good. If you are hiring a salesperson, You almost want to see if they're exemplifying any of these personality traits in your interview. So, here you go. Modesty. Curiosity. Are they a good listener? Are they a fast thinker? Are they a people pleaser? And are they thick-skinned? You know, in sales, you have to be able to brush things off and keep it moving. You got to be optimistic. Got to have a healthy competitiveness about you. And you have to have a need for achievement that drives you internally. It's just something that some people have and some people have to work on. I think, in my opinion, the best of the best salespeople out there exemplify grit every single day. So today, I challenge you, pick up the phone and exemplify as much grit as you can. Have yourself a wonderful day. Share, interact, like, repeat. Have a good one. Sell well.